guys and gals. On episode 11 of Comics Remixed, we talk the Batman casting, Ben Affleck, good, bad, possibly ugly. What else we talk about, David?
Oh man, we're talking about the Infinity Wars. You're dropping some comics on us.
Not Infinity War, Infinity. The
Thank
current
you.
Marvel crossover.
Drew's going to educate me on what's going on in Marvel.
We talk James Spader being cast as Ultron in Avengers 2: Age of Ultron. I know he's
Great
pretty happy about
casting.
that.
James Spader love. And we're going to...
We our really short review and our thoughts of Wizard World Chicago
we're careful about how
2013.
we word that in, because it's not even nice when we finally talk about it.
Over in Spotlight, we go ahead and give you our Wizard World montage.
Movies Remixed. We talk about the top 10 movies that should be in Phase 3.
According to Newsarama. And finally, in Paparella's Point, me and John sit down and we discuss some of the current storylines that are going on in wrestling. All that, no more. This episode of Comics Remixed.
Stay tuned, people.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode 11 to Comics Remixed. I'm Junior.
I'm David Sanchez.
I have no last name.
No. 11 episodes, man.
11 episodes in the season 2.
Yeah.
So people don't think, God, I've been watching you for 2 years, and all you got is 11 episodes?
If you guys haven't caught up, go to comicsremix.com. New episodes, they're all up there for this season.
Ooh, I like that. Starting with the plug.
There you go.
I like that.
But on a down note, to start this show off,
No, nobody died this time. Just the franchise.
Ben Affleck, Batman.
Batfleck.
So much rage this past week. Junior, where are you now? Where's?
I'm looking at the floor because I dropped my pen.
Are you more fucking motherfucker? Puerto Ricans, yo, dude. You go from. Are you still up there? Is the rage still up?
You know, I wasn't mad. When I woke up, I went to bed that Thursday. That it was announced. It was announced late Thursday evening. So I went to bed early. I didn't jump on any social medias or anything. I wake up Friday morning, and when I checked my Facebook, I was like, like, I literally had to just, is this real, or is this like a hoax? Or excuse me, like, what is this?
I had to assume that. I mean, I like most people, I was in there just bulldogging the guy, but he has to be targeted for the whole dramatic thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like whoever did the casting, like they're trying to cater to what Nolan has already developed for this series?
You know, God.
Because even then, like it's really hard for me to put a Christian Bale and a Ben Affleck together.
Yeah, you can't.
Ben Affleck has been in action flicks, but I'm not going to take Paycheck seriously.
Yeah.
You know, who was going to take Paycheck seriously? No one. All right.
I look at it this way.
Armageddon.
He didn't fight in Armageddon. All right.
I look at it this way, seriously. Christian Bale was sort of a known name. He wasn't like the big megastar that kind of he is now. You know, so you can't have your actor be more than the character. Like, for instance, Christian Bale. When I see Christian Bale, I can see a Bruce Wayne being Batman. I see this is an actor portraying a character. When I look at Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, I'm not going to see it. I'm going to see, that's Ben Affleck as Batman, not Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Christian Bale, he developed his...
Excuse my language.
A lot of his rapport with his audience, and he developed himself as an actor by being a lot more picky than Ben Affleck has. Christian Bale, we probably know him as the American Psycho guy. That was his main commercial thing. But he did a lot of like indie films. The Machinist is probably one of his most notable ones. He's like a character.
Because he was
character
like
actor.
90-something pounds in that movie?
Yeah. He's very much like Heath Ledger was, and like how Mel Gibson is. They're character actors. That's kind of, they're method actors. That's what they do. They really get into it. Ben Affleck, not so picky about his movie roles. He goes from Sum of All Fears. He does I don't know what the entire trilogy is called, but Sum of All Fears and the rest of those movies. He did some great dramas. His more recent stuff,
Argo.
You
know, hey, I'm not bashing Ben Affleck. He's a good actor.
The Town was pretty good. Yeah.
Daredevil, for all sakes and purposes, he was a decent Daredevil. It's not his fault the movie sucked. It was the script. You know, and it's unfortunate. So everybody that obviously threw him under the bus for Daredevil, keep that in mind. It was the script. Yeah, and the costumes suck too, but that's not his
you also
decision.
throw him under the bus for Geely and Jersey Girl.
I liked Jersey Girl.
You liked it?
I liked it.
Jersey Girl.
I liked it.
But yeah, man, is it mostly just coming off of Daredevil that people just are hating?
People are looking at it, and like I said, it's one of those things where the character, or excuse me, the actor, it overshadows. Like when they cast George Clooney as Batman, I didn't see George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. I fucking saw George Clooney. Like that it just doesn't do it. But then again, remember when they cast Michael Keaton back in 88, 89, there people were like Mr. Mom, but look at how that turned out. So the whole Ben Affleck thing was a huge shock, but at the same time, please, fanboys, take a wait and see approach. He is a good actor, but the actor can go so far as, they can only do as much as a good script.
Now, one thing we spoke about off camera between Carrie Jr. and I, the fact that he was at one point picked to be a possible director for JLA.
For Justice League, yes.
There are those tie-ins to Kevin Smith. I really don't want to see Kevin Smith write or have any part of another comic book movie, because he was point on Daredevil, and that didn't work out. He was point on a lot of movies that sucked. I mean, I feel like as long as Kevin Smith works on a movie where the budget is below $50,000, he'll be awesome. All right, you give him the opportunity to spend money. I don't think he knows where to put it.
Did you see Cop Out?
It was bad, dude. I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole, but the one with Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, and Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it.
There's been tons and tons, if not probably the most, the memes. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the memes. Yeah.
I've never seen so many memes off of one specific thing.
It just
besides the whole Miley Cyrus at the MTV Awards. I've never seen. I mean, every fucking thing on my Facebook was Ben Affleck Batman. Ben Affleck Batman. You seen the one with the Adam West Batman and
Ben Affleck
him
was
and Matt Damon
for Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, it got the attention off of him totally.
Because it was just gonna keep going.
But I gotta point this out, dude. The funniest meme that I seen was a photo of Jason Lee, who is Brody, and the actor who played T.S., the Mallrats one. And it says, "Did you hear who was playing Batman?"
The Mallrats memes are the best.
The asshole from Fashionable Mail.
Yes.
That was gold. I was like, that is the king of all the Bat Affleck memes.
Yep.
Hands down. Who's playing Batman? The asshole from Fashionable Mail. And then I think it was between Brian and another fan where they pointed out, they're like, did you see that he was going to screw Catwoman? Like where? Somebody buried in the back of a Batmobile? Oh man, those were the greatest ones.
The legacy of Batman, we should all just chill, wait and see.
Wait
until the trailers come out. Mm-hmm. Let's wait and see how the designs are gonna look.
Yeah.
How the design of the bat costume is gonna look. That'll probably give us an idea of the mood that's gonna be set. We should really chill out.
And you guys gotta also remember that you have the three Warner Brothers kings at the moment: David Goyer, Zack Snyder, and Chris Nolan. They are all involved in the production of this movie. Now, after watching the three Batman movies...
It's not Joe Schumacher, people.
Yeah, no nipples, I hope. After watching the recent Bat trilogy, as well as Man of Steel, you guys kind of got to see these movies are in good hands. That's all I could say. I will say, though, that if this movie tanks horribly, I feel so bad for Henry Cavill.
Yeah, man.
Because it's like...
He had a good thing
He's riding momentum right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, if Ben Affleck comes in and this movie bombs, it's what people are going to be like, well, we don't want to see a Superman sequel because you guys did so horrible with this. This movie, especially this decision, is the future of Warner Brothers movie franchises as far as the DC
What I can
universe
see
goes.
is if they're really trying to play off The Dark Knight Returns, maybe they want to see an actor that they could kind of play down where he really can look really rugged and a little bit worn down.
Dude, after dating Jennifer Lopez and now marrying Jennifer Garner, I could see that. It shouldn't be
Man,
hard.
yeah.
But moving on, dude. Marvel. Right now, their current crossover, Infinity. It's a story centering around making Thanos the main villain, also centering around the return of the Inhumans to the Marvel Universe. Of course, the Avengers are tied in, and when the Avengers are tied in, it's pretty much an excuse to have every Marvel character, because every Marvel character is an Avenger.
So as someone who's not even reading anything Marvel, what the hell happened with Ultron? When did that finish? Did that finish like 3 months
finished
ago?
a while back.
Was it good?
No. It wasn't. I'm sorry. There was no point to it. There really wasn't. The first issue of Age of Ultron, I know I'm getting off topic, but first issue of Age of Ultron starts you bam in the middle of this apocalyptic alternate version of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, then, I'm sorry to keep you further off topic, but because the next movie coming up is going to be Ultron based, and
the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, the next Avengers movie, and we're going to talk about that later. But at the end of the first one, Thanos come out. So how do you go from Thanos to an Ultron movie?
What the fuck, Harry?
No, hey, no more talking off camera. All right, I want to hear it from Junior.
All right, basically, the introduction of Thanos never said, and nobody ever said, well, we're introducing Thanos in Avengers, so he would be the villain in the very next movie. Nobody ever said that. If you look at it, Guardians of the Galaxy being the next big Marvel movie, it kind of sucks saying that because they're downplaying Thor, they're downplaying Winter Soldier, but when you look at Guardians of the Galaxy, the hype behind this movie and the amount of press this movie is getting, it's technically the Avengers Part 2 in space.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and as a matter of fact, today I read that Thanos is going to be, he's not the core villain of Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's more, you're going to see a lot more of him in the movie.
Maybe it's something to get used to now that there's going to be so much continuity in movies.
Well, they have said that Thanos is going to be the main villain in Avengers 3.
Okay.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy is more of an introduction to him, and you get to see who this badass really is.
So this bridging in movies is very intricate.
It is. It really is. Okay. Marvel's got their shit together. They said they've got a plan through 2021.
That's amazing, dude. So right now they're in Infinity.
Infinity's going on right now. One issue is out so far, and it's basically exactly what you would expect. Thanos is returning. He's got his henchmen with him. The Avengers are seeing that, oh wow, the only way we can do this is we have to pull our forces together and go to space and fight this. Which was actually the plan, because Thanos is like, guess what? There's no Avengers guarding the globe right now. While they're all up here, let me go down and attack.
Oh, okay.
But the question is, what comes after Infinity? You did Age of Ultron, blah, and now you have Infinity. What's the point? My personal speculation on this, Infinity's tagline is, nothing lasts forever. Everything comes to an end. And Marvel's, again, now a lot of the titles that they just relaunched under the Marvel banner line, or excuse me, the Marvel Now banner,
Marvel Now,
are on the chopping block.
Really?
Avengers Arena is scheduled to get canceled. I believe Avengers Assemble is scheduled to get canceled. There's rumors about Young Avengers getting canceled. There's a couple other Marvel books that are going to get canceled.
Young Avengers get canceled once already?
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
But there's plans of canceling all these books.
So there's like a DC playbook going on here.
The only way I can see is Infinity is if they're saying, this is the end and whatever, and it's supposed to reintroduce the Inhumans into the Marvel Universe. Dude.
I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry.
All I can say is wipe the slate clean.
So this is interesting. Like, when we grew up back in like, as far as comic book world, like in the 90s, a lot of these crossovers, they were like a huge scale things. And somehow they brought all these sagas and stuff like into smaller chapters, into smaller scales.
You know why?
And back to back. And now it's like these events are just becoming a revolving door.
It is. That's exactly what it was. When we were younger, the events didn't happen so frequently. And when they did, they were self-contained. Like, okay, we'll use Age of Apocalypse. It affected the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
It was a tie-in to all the X books. The Clone Saga, the 90s Clone Saga, affected all the Spider-Man books. Then you also had the Infinity stuff, which was a Marvel crossover, but it didn't bleed into... The only one that really bled...
was Onslaught.
Onslaught, exactly. But even then, it was tied up nicely.
Yeah.
They had a point.
I think Onslaught was more of a... I could see why that relaunch happened, because that was more of a generational thing. Like, okay, we got these new readers in. They really don't get a lot of this stuff. Let's
yeah, so it was... the Onslaught was one thing, but when you give us a crossover event every single summer, and it really doesn't have... It's like, oh, this is going to change the future or the foundation or whatever the hell you want to call it, and it's a small tweak that leads into the next event, which gives you the same result, which leads into the next... And it's a revolving cycle. It's ridiculous after a while.
The positive, though, is like now they need a badass. Technically, anybody could be a badass.
Right.
Because there is a lot of pressure now. There's a lot of creative pressure as a writer and as an illustrator.
Especially
crap, I got to come up with another one of these things.
You do this big crossover that's supposed to be mind-numbing. And how do you top it? How do you top it? So now with Infinity, Thanos is supposedly like the baddest of the bad.
Right.
At the end of Infinity, let's say the heroes win. Then what? You know, it's like, okay, the next villain has to be even worse than Thanos. Otherwise, it's a pushover. You know, okay, they beat Thanos. They're going to beat him, and that's it. You know, why am I even going to read this?
Yeah, but I have to believe that there has to be, like, something. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say
Where's the light at the end of the tunnel?
There would just be a different issue to focus on, I would have to say. If they totally had a hit the wall, and they have just a blank wall with Avengers, maybe it's Spider-Man's turn. Like, okay, let's do something, I guess, for lack of a better term, amazing with Spider-Man.
Well, he's technically going through his own thing with Superior. Remember the whole thing?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's what I got up from it. Is what's next is the relaunch of the Marvel Universe. You got to do something mind-numbing like this, otherwise it's no point.
Yeah, but going into it, man, going back into their movies, constantly great decision making just going on. They got my boy James Spader playing Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
James Spader, you Google the guy. He's done fantastic work. One of my favorite movies was The Secretary. It's kind of like more for adults. I like a lot of stuff that he did in The Office. He did a lot of like little short guest spots when he was trying to be hired as the manager for The Office. Fantastic character. He's just a great character all around. And if you understand his voice, it's like, I don't know, he could get into Ultron mode. He has the voice for it. He has the mannerisms for it. I'm glad for it.
All right.
I'm just saying I'm more fanning out about.
Now, how do you feel?
I'm definitely a fanatic about.
How do you feel about Marvel's decision to have Tony Stark be the creator of the Ultron AI, as opposed to introducing Hank Pym to do it?
The Ant-Man's coming out with his own movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's going on there?
Not at the moment.
Because all I can see is like they already got all these things with like they hyped him up so much as far as Iron Man goes, and he's just such a worldwide brand right now, as far as being the creator of all these suits and all this armor and being like this techno guy. Maybe it'll just be more recognizable and more accepting on a larger scale that Tony Stark invented this guy.
Well, if you look at Iron Man 3, he technically already invented the AI with the suits.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, they've hyped Tony Stark up to be this big genius in the Marvel Universe, super smart. So to introduce Hank Pym to be even smarter and create this AI would downplay Tony's character.
Yeah,
we all know that's not going to happen.
Which Iron Man is a flagship.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't have this Ant-Man movie come out. He's not even established on the mainstream, and if it tanks, and
right.
We just said he's smarter and better than at some level.
So are you okay with the change?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay because even in the comics, I never got how Ant-Man went from like the nanotech stuff into like creating this artificial intelligent robot.
All I gotta say is, fanboys, please, with decisions like this, be open-minded. Don't bash it right away. Oh my God, Superman doesn't kill people. This is horrible. Oh my God, Tony Stark didn't invent Ultron. Relax. Okay, things are changed for a reason. This is why this is the cinematic universe and not the comic universe.
Exactly. You know, that's just it, and that's how I'm seeing it. You have just how we just mentioned the continuity thing. You kind of had to accept that this is just the movie universe.
Right. Like, okay, using Superman example. Okay, he kills Zod. All right, you're pissed off. But you know what? If that's not how Superman is, go read the damn comic. That's where you got the love for Superman in the first place.
It's like the ultimate universe, but
for
Superman.
It's an alternate thing. You guys are okay with alternate realities and multiverses and all this shit. Picture it as one of those.
There's just this one universe where Ben Affleck for a little while was Batman.
Yeah,
you gotta accept that.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. So speaking of things that are hard to accept, Wheels of World Chicago 2013. Just to wrap it up.
First of all, I'm grateful for the invitation. That's all I'm grateful for.
I want to point out that we originally weren't going to go to film and we were going to go hang out. And damn it.
So I just give him the rundown in a nutshell.
Just give it to him.
All right, this is what happened. Like David just mentioned, we weren't planning on covering Wizard World this year. Last minute, we says, hey, what the hell, let's just go. We'll take the camera. Anything happens, happens. We get an email. If you'd like to set up interviews, let us know. We send them the email. We get no response till the morning of that the day we were supposed to do the interview, saying
Not even at the press meet and greet.
no, not even at the press meet and greet. At the morning of Wizard World was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday morning, we get the email. Sorry, no interviews today. Maybe tomorrow. Like, it's kind of last minute to let us know we're not getting anything.
And not everybody's going to be there on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. The whole crew wasn't going to be there Sunday. So, we said, what the hey? We took the camera anyway, panned, got a great montage coming up for you, a lot of fan footage, which is most of what it was. Since we hardly got any interviews. We got a few. That one guy, the artist for Tech 9. The guy that was drawing with both hands. I forgot his name.
Ivy
that guy
Doom Kitty.
Ivy Doom Kitty, yeah.
Thank you very much.
The guy who was Darth Bane, the
Yeah.
cosplayer, who actually won the Wizard World contest, but I'll get to that later. So basically, we got a nice little montage of the stuff we could get. We were denied a lot for being members of the press, which was really strange.
It was, yeah. So our experience as far as press goes
Totally
was
sucked.
pretty bad. On the other ball, as far as the layout goes, it was pretty
I like the
interesting.
layout.
The 2 floors was really interesting. The layout was pretty cool.
They had the vendors upstairs with any comic companies that were up there. Downstairs, on one side, you had the autograph area with all the celebrities. On the other side, you had the artist alley. Speaking to...
All that was missing was maybe better accessibility from
Yeah.
from the ground to the
Oh, yeah.
bottom.
There were some people I've talked to that said they were upstairs the whole time and they didn't know there was a downstairs area.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of artists on our Facebook page who were voicing their frustration with Artist Alley and some of the problems they had.
You go
behind the
back on our
scenes.
Facebook around that weekend, you'll see some passion.
Yeah, a lot of artists saying they got shuffled around unfairly for some of the bigger names that probably weren't even there half the time that they were there. A lot of this going on, a lot of whatever. The setup was good, but I don't think the actual execution was.
I think it's one of those like trial and error things, or maybe next year it'll be better.
Yeah. I gotta go
Because you
ahead.
know what? There was that one time where we went down there, and I said, "Man, it's like we came to the basement."
Yeah.
It's like the basement of a comic book convention.
I've got to put it out. There is a certain celebrity out there who shall remain nameless. His agent was a complete douche. Seriously, was a complete douche.
We were filming to montage.
Montage.
Not to interview. We were just panning the camera.
40 feet away from the guy, panning the camera in the air, just getting shots for the montage, and the hand grabs the camera and he says, "You guys can't film here." He says, "Wait a minute, why not? We're press. I don't care if you're ABC, NBC, WGN, you're not filming. That's my client. I say no, I'm his agent." Now, David knows my look, and I had the look like this guy is 2 feet shorter than me. I am going to choke the living life out of him. He walked, the gentleman that David is, scoops right. It's like the intro to 101. How Carrie's character just goes whoosh, right on the screen. That's how I like on the corner of my eye. You were just like, "We're press. Are you with Wizard?" And you're just like, you're telling the agent like, "Dude, are you with Wizard?" And the guy's like, "No, I'm his agent." He's like, "Okay, well, Wizard gave us press badges, technically sanctioning us to do this.
Yeah.
If you've got a problem with it, take it up with Wizard, not us. And you don't
flashbacking.
manhandle our equipment."
While you were talking, I was just completely like, I had this look on my face like,
I'm sorry, the guy was a douche. He
Yeah.
really was. From what I heard, though, the celebrity in question wasn't too far off personality-wise either.
To kind of hold it down and move on with the montage, we should have known better. Because right off the bat, I noticed that there just wasn't a lot of press there. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. But one thing I think I did notice. I know you
compared
noticed
to
this.
C2E,
Oh,
to where
God.
CBR was there, like iFanboy, everybody was there.
Right.
I didn't see anybody else on this
I didn't.
one.
But what's funny though was how we kept stopping to get the montage footage of certain celebrities, and the Wizard staffers would be like, "You guys can't do that. Oh, we're press. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue." Wouldn't you think
Yeah.
to look at a badge before you said
Before
something?
you mess up our shot.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you're a volunteer. You're representing Wizard. You're making Wizard look like dumbasses. They gave us badges to do this, and you're gonna tell us we can't do it?
Which Kyle, our editor, thank you for your patience for having to cut through that footage. We really appreciate that, man.
So before we get to that, I just on another, I guess, sad note.
Okay, go ahead. Shoot.
This has nothing to do with Wizard World though. It's just
Oh, okay.
a quick note I listed. Earlier this week, iFanboy.com, and we normally don't plug other sites, but iFanboy.com has said that they're going to scale back what they're doing. Basically, they're only going to be listing their podcasts now, as well as anything that they've already have posted. They're not going to be doing no more comic reviews, no more comic news, none of that stuff. They're all just it's too much for them. So
Which I personally, I could comment on that. That's going to have to be a segment for another time. I want to openly that has to be a spinner rack thing where I'm allowed to like just curse and just whoop ass.
For David's iFanboy commentary,
because I always have a comment. I always have a comment for the fact that a lot of these sites, they're basically the same shit. They are. All right, and so leave it there.
Just go now.
I'm just gonna leave it there. No. Okay, iFanboy closes. Probably because they didn't play ball like Newsarama does. Okay. Newsarama, they're up everybody's ass.
They said that the reason they're scaling back was because they just don't have the manpower to maintain the site the way it should be maintained. Like, life has hit them. They're in a different position than they were 5 years ago when they started the site. So it's like they have families, they've got day jobs, and they have to scale back their responsibilities.
Dude, of course, man. You know how many sites are doing exactly the same thing that they're doing?
See, but then again,
competitively, what they do has grown,
right?
To the fact that their
costs
got hit because now it's spread out.
Yeah, and it's their own thing. If they're gonna say, "Oh, well, we can't do it," first of all, you're iFanboy. People know you. Why? There's got to be revenue in there somewhere to take. You know what? We need help maintaining this site to continue generating revenue. Let's hire some people.
Get some interns. Hire people.
Something.
I mean, it just sounds like they can't compete.
I don't know. I'm not.
Maybe try doing something different.
I'm not iFanboy. I'm Comics Remixed. So.
Exactly.
Booyah.
Fine. Hey, another one bites the dust.
And we go one step higher. All right. So here in the spotlight, check out our wizard montage. Yeah. Here it is.
Hopefully somebody enjoys it.
Cut it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another segment of Movies Remixed. Today, David and I are joined by a special guest, E.T. Say hi, E.T.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Damn. Voice activated too, huh? Anyway, in this version of Movies Remixed, we're going to go ahead and discuss the top 10 films Marvel should make for their Phase 3, according to Newsarama. Now, like I said earlier, we don't normally plug other websites, but, hey, this is a top 10 list. It's really not a, nothing, whatever. It's whatever. We've done top 10 lists from them before.
Fuck that. I'm going to add my own movies into this.
Okay. Yeah. So, according to Newsarama, starting with number 10, Marvel Man.
That was my reaction.
You know what Marvel Man is, right?
The one with the glasses, right?
No,
the one with the
Miracle Man. The one that McFarlane and Gaiman are fighting over. Gaiman has the rights. He won.
Oh, he brought him over too?
He hasn't brought him over, but he's called Marvel Man now. Marvel owns him, but they haven't done anything with it.
See, I was thinking, you know which Marvel man I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, he brought him over to Marvel. He hasn't done anything with him yet. He's been focusing on Angela. But a lot of people say, well, you know what? Marvel Man would be another do a great movie because I mean, technically, in a way, he could be Marvel's version of Superman.
Wait, so how was he able to bring over the name Angela, but he's not able to bring?
He changed it. He changed it. It was
Was it a legal thing? Did he have to?
Whoa. Weather's getting bad out, folks.
I have to drive
they
back
just
to
decided
the city.
because it was when it was created. Alan Moore also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he had to change it. That's all I gotta say, Alan Moore. But now he's known as
Well
Marvel
said.
Man. So Newsarama thinks that this could be Marvel's version of a Superman.
Hey, if Neil Gaiman writes it, yeah.
You know, as opposed to the Hyperion, who is there, but he's, let's just face it, to you, if John were here, he'd probably see the way I'm gonna, like, he'd get my phrase here. I look at Hyperion to Superman as Rocky was to Jason as far as the Red Ranger.
Sentry? What do you feel about Sentry?
Sentries, they killed him off, though.
Yeah? When did
Yeah.
that happen? Finally.
It happened a while back. But they brought him back as one of Apocalypse's horsemen.
Which
Yeah.
one?
I don't remember which one.
Okay.
But yeah. So number 10, Marvel Man. Do you guys think it would work in Phase 3?
Yeah, actually, but I mean,
Right now, it seems like anything they do will work.
throw a little cash to Alan Moore. Bring back the name Miracle Man. You know,
Mm.
overseas, that I guess that name means a lot more. And to a lot of hardcores, it does too.
Right. What do you think? That's right. Number 9, Spider-Woman, the Jessica Drew version.
Man, you know what? At this point, if Marvel could pull off any lead female character, it's a slap in the face to DC.
Yeah, totally.
If Spider-Woman, I like to see was it Marvel Girl?
Yeah.
I like to see her actually. She is like their Superman.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like to see her over Spider-Woman.
This will also be a slap in the face to Sony because Sony owns the Spider-Man rights, but they own the Spider characters. Spider-Woman is technically falls under the Avengers umbrella, not the Spider-Man family. So that could be also something else, you know. This is how you do a Spider-Man character.
Spider-Woman, they really have to go into the origin deep in the marketing.
Oh yeah.
Because unless you're a mainstream comic fan, there was gonna be a lot of conflict. Like, oh, is this like Spider-Man's girlfriend, or is this like his mom or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Number 8, Killraven.
Dude, where's Inhumans on this? Can we just get to that one?
Number 8, Killraven.
I don't have an opinion.
Yeah, neither do I. Picture
No.
Killraven.
Yeah. Where?
Basically, picture Conan in a future apocalyptic setting.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Nah.
I don't
Give
think
me a good Conan movie.
I don't think he would. Yeah.
Fuck that. Give me a good Conan movie.
I don't think he would translate well into the Marvel universe. He's not one of those characters. See, you've been reading comics how long, and you didn't even remember who he was?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
I had to visualize him. Like, yeah, but he's one of those characters. If I pick the book, I'm like, I'll just pick by the Conan.
Yeah.
Satisfied.
Number 7, Black Panther.
Yes, definitely. Either as a blaxploitation movie, or just like some, like a Born Legacy kind of movie where he has to like infiltrate the U.S., take out the entire U.S. government, and Wakanda rules the world. Boom! I wrote the movie. You're welcome.
This is proof, according to Newsarama, that a lead black character in a superhero movie can work with Blade.
Yeah.
Blade worked. I mean, by the end of the 3rd movie, you were just like, why is Blade dropping F-bombs every other sentence?
But of course, having Black Panther, now you have an actual, like, more of a human character as opposed to, well, Blade's a vampire.
Right.
Hence, it's okay if he's black.
Right.
Because this is not real anyways. Because vampires don't exist.
Yeah.
So I would like to who would you pick as a Black Panther?
That's a good question.
Actually, who played in the Dolomite movie? The newer one? The guy who played Spawn. What was his name?
Oh, Michael Jai White.
Boom. Black Panther.
No, he was Spawn.
So
they're
they're redoing Spawn.
If I had to pick somebody for Black Panther, it would be Idris Elba.
Where's he from?
He was the Guardian and Thor. Hellman. What's his name, Carrie?
Heimdall.
But see, they're in the Marvel universe. You can get another one of those like Human Torch.
That's
Captain
all right.
America
He didn't have a big role in Thor though.
What if he comes back in the Thor movie?
You don't know who Idris Elba is?
But now I do because he's the guy. He's the only black guy. Come on.
Get Denzel.
He's old. He's aged already.
If not, you got to get almost somebody who's not up there. He's not really known. Get unknown.
Actually, you know what? Now I'm actually leaning toward him now.
Idris Elba?
Yes, now because
Good.
he's also I recently saw him in the trailer for Mandela.
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Rim.
Dude,
So-
he's got the look, man.
All right, boom.
Idris Elba.
I'm
definitely Black
falling
Panther.
in line. I fall in the line.
Number 6, the Marvel Knights. And when I say Marvel Knights, I mean Elektra, Ghost Rider, Punisher, Daredevil, and Black Widow. Not on a solo movie. Imagine them in a group movie.
Was that necessary?
It'd be like a dark version of the Avengers.
I don't know. I'm
Like the
indifferent.
street level.
I know. I'm indifferent only because the movies already carry that attitude.
They may do
Right.
that with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But the movies already carry that attitude, that knight's attitude.
Mm.
Is it necessary to? They would have to name them different. You know,
Right.
they don't have to call them Marvel Knights.
Right.
You know, they're already gonna go out there, kick ass, and curse and whatever.
We are now entering the top 5. Number 5, Doctor Strange, which has been heavily discussed. I'm almost thinking it is going to be in Phase 3. It's almost to the point now where it's like the rumor's been so much there, it's almost a fact.
There's enough room for Doctor Strange. The whole magic stuff, there's definitely room for it. You see it with Thor. The movie sucked, but people really love it.
I thought it was okay.
You know,
Who would you cast as Doctor Strange?
man, that's a good question, man.
Johnny Depp.
No,
Mhm.
no,
Absolutely.
Sorry, no. First of all, that's too easy.
Depp and Disney just need to look at each other and be like, look, we all know Lone Ranger sucked. Let's get past it and make some real money. Bam, Doctor Strange.
No, that's I don't know. That's just for some reason that's just too easy.
Didn't they talk to the guy who was in the third Batman that was supposed to take over for Batman? I forgot it was the actor.
Oh yeah,
They talked about him.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the guy Robin in the Dark Knight Rises.
Rumor was they were in talks with him.
Yeah, that's very true.
I could kind of see him like the
As a young Stephen Strange.
Yep.
yeah,
The origin
so
story.
that way you have like him becoming.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay,
I see that one.
I'll take Johnny Depp back and get Cobra Commander. Number 4, The Runaways,
Who the hell
Oh,
are
that's
they?
the teenager movie, right?
the teenage one.
With
I
the-
can
with
see
the-
that.
Yeah, I could definitely say that. Actually, that would
That
be
would
a good
appeal
teen
to.
piece.
You could look at that almost as like a Hunger Games kind of movie.
You definitely can.
You know, the main bad guys.
You could
who-
definitely get that demographic, those
Yeah.
people that watch it. Yeah.
You've got the core of the story. These teenage heroes, and they're not young older teenage heroes who basically fight the system, and they're bred to rule the world and be evil.
Yeah.
And the problem is that these villains that are breeding them and everything are their own parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. So, and it was a Brian K. Vaughan book, and Brian K. Vaughan wrote
could write
Why
a
the
book.
Last Man. He's writing Saga, so Runaways is good.
Yeah. I guess.
Joss Whedon took over after Brian K. Vaughan for a little while.
Man.
So
That's
what
a
does
really
that tell
That's
you?
a really well.
What does that
done
tell you?
book.
With Joss Whedon being the Marvel god right
He'll
now.
hype it. He'll hype it, and there's a place for it already.
Now speaking of kids, number 3, the Power Pack.
You know. I don't know.
It's Marvel's version of the Incredibles. If you think about it, you have little kids running around. Think Spy Kids, but on a good level.
It'll probably be the Disney release.
And you could even do it as
You
an
know what?
animated
Actually,
feature.
I think Disney needs that more than Marvel. Marvel
Yeah.
doesn't need it, but Disney does.
Yeah. So I wouldn't put that into Phase 3, but I would definitely put it on Disney's radar somewhere.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Hulk.
We talked about.
We talked
that.
about this, but after the performance that was given in Avengers with the Hulk, they showed the Hulk everybody wanted to see, where he's not being, oh, I don't want to be the Hulk, how do I cure myself? He was just like, you know what? Smash.
Yeah.
Just do it. You give us a Hulk film where
Hulk-
he's not worried about curing himself, and he just comes out, this is who I am, I'm smashing people.
Exactly. Hulk is one of those few characters where we don't really care about the layers.
Yeah.
We don't. He doesn't need to be an onion with all
It's
these different
set.
layers.
The Hulk punches, he smashes. That's it. That's all there's to it. Let's do it.
We talked about it on different levels, like on the team up level.
Mhm.
If you do want to get something, we're like, okay, we gotta have something for the chicks. We need a love story thing. Throw Spider-Man in there. Throw another character in there. Just have some crazy team up
Interaction.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And finally, number 1, the Inhumans.
Boom. Yes. Put them on the
Dude.
moon. They take over the world.
Think about it this
Wrote
way.
that
That's
book.
another slap to, not to Sony this time, but to Fox. If you really think about it, because Fox owning the mutants in the X-Men franchise,
Right.
the New Mutants, the Inhumans are almost as close to mutants as can be, being that their molecular level has changed with the Tajirian Mist, which technically makes them mutants. That's Marvel going again. Look, this is how you do a proper mutant movie.
Who does Fox still have Fantastic Four?
No, Marvel has them again.
Yeah.
The only ones that Marvel does not have is Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Then
That's
they could already happen because, well, we got Fantastic Four and the JLA. Those are the two biggest.
JLA.
I mean, the Avengers. Excuse me. The two most direct tie-ins to the Inhuman are already happening.
Yep.
Boom.
I think it's funny. I want to mention how I'm excited to see how Quicksilver plays out in Days of Future Past as well as in Avengers 2. That's going to be fun. Next year is going to be a great year for movies.
Yeah.
But that's it for Movies Remixed. That's all I got.
Black Panther, make it happen.
Idris Elba, we're talking to you for Movies Remixed. Stay tuned for this commercial of the spinner rack, and then we're going to head over to John as he gives us Paparella's point with his special guest star, me. So stay tuned for that. Be right back.
Junior, when did Batman and Steel have a baby? Junior, hey,
Oh, my fault. What's up, dude?
what are you listening to, man?
Spinner Rack, dude. You ever heard of Spinner Rack?
Oh, what's the spinner rack?
Spinner Rack is a brand new podcast hosted by Big B, Brian Adams, and myself. Now on iTunes and at thespinnerrack.podbean.com. Check it out for the latest in all your great comic book conversations.
Sounds great.
Welcome to another edition of Paparella's Point. I am actually here with a guest today. Junior. Could you sound any more monotone than that?
That's my impersonation of you.
Oh, you're funny. You are hilarious right
Anyways, you want to talk wrestling? Let's talk wrestling.
now.
Dude. What's up?
Okay. The idea of this evolution of a corporation that's starting now. Like WWE's summer angle, as they always call it.
Okay, what's the problem with it?
I mean, yeah, sure, we've seen evolution and we've seen the corporation, but what's supposed to draw, like, us to
I think the fact that
people that have watched it for a while?
I think the fact that WWE hasn't done stables in a while, if you really think about it, and there's talk of them doing stables. TNA's been doing stables, but WWE hasn't. We all know every time.
Okay, TNA does stables.
Their stables
like,
suck.
Well, of course, yeah.
So you need a good stable. And let's face it, Triple H is going to draw. He's still a big name. There's plenty of Triple H fans. Vince McMahon, every time he comes on TV, it's special, you know? He's not oversaturating it the way he was back with the Austin era, but then it made sense back then.
Well, that's
But now-
because back in the Austin era, he was
Right.
literally in a rivalry.
Right,
Now
but it was every week. Now it's
Mhm.
like McMahon doesn't appear every single week. So when he does,
Is
it's
it
like,
just me, or do you miss McMahon coming on TV every week?
I like McMahon. I've always liked McMahon. I like his character, and I fucking love the strut. But
The crap in your pants strut.
It is what it is. But I honestly think with this new team of, you know, Triple H, Stephanie, Vince, I guess if you want to consider the Shield, their hitmen, you know, and then Randy Orton, it's good. But the question, the payoff is, I mean, that's the question. What is the payoff? What's the point?
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
the way I see it, you know, for now, the point of it is someone to fill the gap while Cena's out on injury.
Yeah, I could see that.
But
See, I saw that.
yeah. My question is, why Randy? I mean, Randy, WWE's always on this thing about we're here to build the future. Why not put in a new guy? Why not put in Daniel Bryan?
Because
instead of
I'll
Randy?
tell you exactly why. For one, Daniel Bryan is so over with the fans right now. It's unbelievable. It's fucking disgusting how over he is.
One,
two, the beard.
simple-
The
yeah.
beard is selling T-shirts. People are wearing fake beards.
The beard plays.
It does. But then again, they've been wanting to turn Randy Orton into a heel for a while now. We both
Oh,
know
he's
this.
been wanting it. He's been wanting
Right.
it.
Okay, so what's the better opportunity? What makes the if you gotta get rid of your star player in Cena, okay?
Yeah.
Punk was your star heel. They got rid of him as a heel, and he's a face
Yeah.
again. So who do you bring up? You can't have Triple H be the main heel because he's not
He's technically not in the picture.
right. He's
anymore.
not really a wrestler. So who
Yeah.
do you have? Del Rio can't carry it. I'm
Of course
sorry, he can't.
Del Rio is.
He's a good champion. He's a good wrestler, I should say, but he can't.
He's a
carry
good
it.
heel. The way I see it, he's like JBL. He does shit to piss you off.
Right.
But when he has the title, there's no meaning behind it.
So with the wrestlers that you still have on your roster, which one would make the best heel that already has that experience? You can't do like a Bray Wyatt because he's still green. You know what I'm
True.
saying? You can't do a Wade Barrett because nobody gives a shit. They haven't built him up properly. If you do the Miz as a heel, nobody's gonna care, especially because he's being a face right now. So your only option is, hey, this guy wants to be a heel. This guy is good at being a heel. Let's make him a heel, and it's gonna be to the impact where as big as it was at SummerSlam, where Triple H turned and he
That's
cashed
true.
in. Because let's face it, usually when anybody cashes in, they're almost considered a heel for taking the underhanded tactic.
This
You know what I'm saying?
This might go a little bit off topic here, but do you think that this cashing in on the Money in the Bank had a point?
Yeah, it was just to give Randy the belt. That was exactly what it was. Let's
But
face
are
it.
the-
Anybody besides Cena who's cashed in this the Money in the Bank has won the belt. You know, if Cena would have did it, it would have lost all value. So the fact that when Cena cashed in and he lost cemented it where it's like, okay, this thing is legit. If Cena would have won, super fucking Cena needed a briefcase to win, which was not, you know, it just wouldn't have made sense. It would have lost credibility. Excuse me.
That's a new word. Look
So
it
the
up.
fact that Orton cashed in, like I said, everybody who's usually cashed in has become a heel, or it's turned them straight to heel right away. You know, with the exception of a few, but like I said, over time it's turned them.
Yeah.
You know, so with Orton wanting to be a heel, he's one of their top guys. Why not? And he works. We already know he works good with Triple H. We know Triple H and Vince McMahon work well together, and anybody that Vince McMahon works with always draws money.
I can
And the
see
fact that okay, Orton still punts people. Orton still has that. This guy's kind of creepy, like in the sense that you know you don't really trust him. You can't turn your back on him. And with Daniel Bryan being the underdog, and not even in terms of character look, but you know, hey, the guy's short. He's not as built as Vince McMahon likes his wrestlers to be. This guy literally is the ultimate underdog. So you have the ultimate underdog with this guy, with your company's top main heel at the moment, dude. That's fucking money.
Yeah.
That's a pot of gold.
But I mean, no. The way I see it, I don't see Randy as a Viper. I don't see him as a.
It's played out. You know what it
Snake.
is? It's because it's a gimmick. Gimmicks get played out over time.
I still see the way I see it. Whenever Randy Orton's a heel, I still see it as when he was doing the Legacy.
That was good because that was my introduction. I think it's pretty much everybody's main introduction to Randy Orton. I thought I saw something drip. I'm sorry. I was like, what the hell?
It's raining garbage juice. If you
Garbage juice.
well,
But speaking of gimmicks, I got to throw this in there. What is going on, dude? You got to answer me. It bugs me because my Puerto Rican people. Fucking
Epico and Primo.
Epico and I can't even get it out.
Oh,
Epico
God.
and Primo go from being a legit Puerto Rican tag team to now being the Mastadores. What? Seriously, that's a horrible gimmick.
I think that's another play to.
That's like Tito Santana 2013. No, that's just not gonna work, dude.
Dude,
That's
he'll
like-
probably come back and be their manager.
that would be cool. But it irritates me. It's just like, it's not like these guys have been off TV long enough that they can repackage them and you don't know who they are.
I think it's just going to be a play because, you know, they are wearing masks.
Right.
I have a feeling it's going to be their, like WWE's play to having a masked tag team.
But it's stupid.
It is stupid.
Have a mass tag team with a NXT tag team or somebody we haven't seen in a while. Maybe like a Justin Gabriel and a
Justin Gabriel's actually planning on going heel.
we'll see.
I can't wait to see that.
After he screws over my wife JoJo, why not? Fucking bastard, I'm coming for you, Justin Gabriel.
Who's JoJo?
You don't watch Total Divas?
No, I don't.
I'll admit I watch Total Divas. I love that fucking show. JoJo is one of the new divas, the diva in training. It's her and Eva Marie. Eva Marie's the redhead. JoJo's the short one with the curly hair.
I have a feeling.
Very, very pretty. She's very cute in that innocent looking sort of way. But then the other day I was doing some research. Dude, she's only 19? Yeah, I was like, holy shit, I didn't know WWE hired divas at that young. And she's the son of Jose Offerman. Or excuse me, she's the daughter of Jose Offerman, Los Angeles Dodger.
Oh, okay, I was about to raise my hand and ask who that was, but he answered it for me.
Now, a lot of people probably disagree, but she's cute in that innocent sort of way.
Now, here's my question for Total Divas. Does it bother you at all that it's scripted? In a
Every
minor
reality
form?
show is scripted. Every reality show is scripted.
Okay.
There's no way around it. It's reality TV. I like watching it because, yes, it's the same mind-numbing reality TV that's out there with the Kardashians and all that other bullshit, but I know these characters. Like, I've been watching wrestling all my life, so I know the characters. The fact that we've met the Bellas is another thing. You know, it's just like, hey, that's a plus. You know, and it's like, I like seeing the backstage. If we didn't like seeing the behind the curtain of wrestling, we wouldn't read all these dirt sheets and we wouldn't even be doing this segment. This is the point.
True.
We talk about the behind the scenes, what we like, what we see. You know what I mean?
Right. Very true.
And
very
you know,
true.
Total Divas just, if anything, it's doing what TNA does. Now, I'll give credit where credit is due. TNA's knockout division is a hell of an athletic division.
Well, of course.
Their knockouts could fight. Now,
You know-
a lot of the WWE divas, not so much, but they're in it for the looks.
The only thing that's making TNA money is the knockouts. You know,
my pointing.
unfortunately, that is very sad.
My point is, you know, look, it's more exposure to divas.
Mm.
I wish they would have
Well, since in the
added
past
maybe one
years
or
they've
two.
dumbed it down so much.
I would have added maybe Oksana, maybe Alicia Fox, You know, if you're gonna do Total Divas, do all the divas. I understand you gotta have a smaller cast to kind of keep it because it's already 6 women. Is already, especially in their personal lives. You also have Daniel Bryan on the show and John Cena.
Remember though, it is the first season, so they could be experimenting.
Well, that's the whole point of the AJ promo. Is she was
the AJ pipe bomb promo.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if you got any other things, man, I know you wanted my insight for it, so.
You know, I'm actually happy, get someone else's insight on Paparella's point.
I like talking wrestling. I'll be honest. It's his segment. I don't do it because you see enough of me already, but whatever. We'll be honest. Some people don't like Paparella's point, which is John Paparella, So if you guys like this format better, let us know.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to tell right now to all the fans, thank you for this negativity. I'm not going to come out and rip you guys a new one. Doing my own pipe bomb here. But I'm just going to say negativity is my creativity, and I will use it to help build a better segment and help make the show better.
It is what it is.
So thank you very much, fans of Comics Remixed. And thank you for watching another segment of Paparella's Point.
So now I'm going to walk back to the counter so we can do our show outro. Later, guys. That was another segment of Paparella's Point. You guys see, I told you it was running back. Bam!
Junior, thanks for making that segment interesting, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
It is what it is.
And thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to catch all of our new episodes on comicsremix.com. You can catch us on Facebook. It's an open forum. Drop any comments you want. Feel free to just Turbo Nerd all over that page.
Turbo Nerd.
Get us on Twitter.
Who gets the credit for that, by the way?
Oh man, she's on our Facebook page. She cosplayed at Wizard World as one of the Ghostbusters. She was part of that Ghostbusters crew.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. But if you're watching, you are credited with the term Turbo Nerd. Next episode, we will give you a shout out because we'll know your name by then.
We're going to look you up. So Twitter, Facebook, comicsremix.com. Junior, where else can they find us? Do you have a Twitter yet?
I don't have a Twitter. I'm starting to think about getting one. I don't want it, but it is what it is.
David Sanchez Art, Twitter. Feel free to hit me up.
Of course, you can watch. You can't watch a verbal show. Listen to the Spinner Rack every week at thespinnerrack.podbean.com, or you can just go to Comics Remixed, and their link is up there.
To catch our total archive of Comics Remixed, go to YouTube channel Comics Remixed.
YouTube.
Season 1 and Season 2.
They're both up there.
The 101's up there, man.
Yeah, the 101, new show by our Carrie, the cameraman.
Any beginning nerds in your family where you really need to break it down for them, that's the show you want them to watch.
I'm sorry, I gotta be unprofessional for a moment. There's a
freaking monsoon outside.
Storm going on right now, and we heard screaming outside, which is why I turned and looked.
Help.
Yeah.
But
so, anyways, back to us.
Fuck him.
So anyways, yeah, the 101, a how-to show. We've had a couple people already respond and say that they're appreciative of the show. Carrie's doing a great job. It's like like the title says, it's a 101. It's a how-to, how to collect comics, proper cosplaying, proper conventioning, all types of stuff. So make sure you tune into that. Let Carrie know what you think.
Yep.
Also coming up, a new segment for you collectors out there, whether you're a comic collector, toy collector, as long as it's not dildo collecting. There's a new segment we're planning on doing.
Unless there's a comic character on there.
There's a new character. There's a new segment we're planning on doing called The Collector's Case. The segment's going to be hosted by Carrie. What the Collector's Case is basically we want to spotlight your collection. If you've got an awesome collection and an awesome setup and you want people to know it, contact us at comicsremixed@gmail.com. We want to spotlight your collection. If you want to show it to people, we're willing to help you out. We want to ask you how you put your collection together, what's in your collection. We want to know the story behind it. It's not a found money kind of thing. We want to appreciate your collection. We want to help you to help other people appreciate your collection.
This is a show for the collector.
Yes, it is. It's a segment, not a show. But anyways, contact us for anything, comments, concerns, Facebook, Twitter, comicsremixed@gmail.com. In the subject box, please write what you'd like to, whatever it is the subject is, obviously. So, anything else?
No, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching tonight.
And we'll see you guys next time in 2 weeks.
Have a good night.
Peace.